I learned the front lever in just 3 months when I was 12 years old. Let that sink in. Like, that's really impressive. And in this video, I will teach you exactly how I did that. And it was not by following basically 99% of front lever tutorials that you can find on YouTube, but it is by doing something else. But I'm not going to bullshit you, I didn't invent this method. Although I am the biggest and the strongest 16-year-old in calisthenics, but I didn't have the knowledge of the universe and the knowledge of calisthenics to know this stuff. But I discovered it on accident, but more on that later. But before you start saying like, oh, you were a genetic freak, you have all of the best genetics for growing muscle and growing strength, well, let this picture and this video with a weird sound effect change your mind. So the first thing we are going to go over are the 3 best exercises and the only exercises you need to achieve the 7-second front lever, something around there. Then we are going to go over advanced tactics to go from the 7-second front lever to a 20-second plus front lever that I managed to do when I was around 13 to 14 years old. And then at the end, I'm going to go over 2 of the biggest mistakes in the front lever. So if your front lever looks like this or like this, make sure to watch until the end. So the first exercise and the only exercise I did back in the day is, drumroll, the reverse deadlift. You probably don't know what that is, but let me just show you and then I will explain why is it so good. The technique is you go on a lower bar, grab the bar with a width that you use for your front lever. Then you just get into this upside down position. Go down, deep, and up. Down, and up. Focus on like scraping your shins against the bar. Also, let me show you how to do it with a resistance band. Because when I first started doing this exercise, I could do like 1 rep with bad form. But in order to get proper strength, you need to do around 4 to 8 reps. You hook the resistance band when your ass is, tension it with the right amount of tension to help you to get around those 6 reps. Then get into the starting position, go down and up. Make sure to keep your elbows completely straight, like your entire arms completely straight, because you don't want to build bad habits. First bad habit whilst doing the front lever is that you have your arms flexed a bit. We are going to talk about that, like your front lever looks like this when you have your arms flexed. Maybe even everything else is okay, but the arms are just like that. Now, if you are asking why is this reverse deadlift exercise so good, it is because of something called angles in these exercises. The front lever and the planche are really similar. And the biggest misconception is, like, if you can hold the advanced tuck planche for 20 seconds, you can hold the one leg planche for 5. And also with the front lever. No! Are you going to tell me that an exercise like this is exactly the same as this? Absolutely not. The angle is completely different. In the tuck front lever and in the tuck planche, the angle is like this, but in the full, it's like this. You are training 2 different muscle groups entirely, and that's completely stupid. That's like training the bench press in order to have better dips. Yeah, it helps. Yeah, you can use it as a support exercise, but just don't dedicate 100% of your training into that. And what this exercise does is that it goes through all of the angles. So it doesn't matter what genetics you have, if you have long arms, short arms, if you train your legs like me, or if you skip legs, stuff like that, it goes through all of the angles. It starts out over here at the steepest angle, goes over here and up. You train all of the angles. But if you want to make this exercise way more specific for your exact angle, you are going to grab a resistance band, put it over here, tension it, and put a thick resistance band so you can do the front lever easily. Like this. Record it on a video review that video and you see like, oh, this is the exact same angle that I need to train the front lever. So what you do is that you go into the starting position, lower down to your angle, which is probably like this. You go down, up to your angle, and push up. Your angle, down, your angle, up. It's really, really hard. I did a full pull-up workout before this video, so yeah, I'm pretty tired. Now we are going to quickly go over the next two exercises. The next exercise is advanced front lever pull-ups. I recommend if you're adding a resistance band, you should put it like this and anchor it somewhere high up, because the downside to doing this is that over here you have a shit ton of tension and over here the band is soft. There is no tension. So it doesn't help you in the top part, which is the part where most people are not that good at. So you anchor it going to the advanced front lever and then pull up. What this does is that your elbow, if you trace it, goes also through all of the angles. And it also helps to build a foundation for the front lever pull-ups that I managed to do like 2 when I was 14 years old. Now the last exercise is going to be about training abs. Because most people think that the front lever is a core exercise. No, it's not. It's a back exercise, mainly your lat and rear delt exercise. So if you can do like a plank for, I don't know, 30 seconds, you are chill. But if you want to be sure, you want to do an exercise like this, which is the dragon flag. And the correct form is that you only have your traps on the ground, because most people do like the flags like this, like they keep almost their entire upper back. You do it like this. You dig in, dig your shoulder blades in, like if you were setting up on the bench. Grab it, make sure to like alternate sides like this. And you start at the top. Then you lower down. Like this. And hold it for time. But obviously, you can't forget about some good old front lever holds, or like front lever holds of the best progression you can do. I wouldn't suggest doing like progressions, I would just suggest doing banded front levers and hold it for about 10 seconds with the thinnest resistance band you can manage to hold it with proper form, and do it at the beginning of every single front lever workout to track your progress. Now, if you want to take your front lever from 7 seconds to 20 and more seconds, all the things still apply. The reverse deadlift still applies. You can even add weight. It's kind of tricky, but don't hold the plate in between your legs, not like a plate, but like a dumbbell. I did that. I held dumbbell like this. I went to failure. My legs did this, and the dumbbell fell on my face, and it didn't end pretty. So yeah, the new exercises is, the main new exercise is doing a max front lever hold. So for like 7 seconds, which is your max front lever hold, and when your form breaks down, you go and do reverse deadlifts to failure. I probably have a video like that. I will put it on the screen because now I'm after a back workout. It is also later in the day, so I'm not going to be that strong, but I will give you the best presentation of it as I can. And I would also suggest taking like a longer rest break, so between 3 and 5 minutes. And then the second exercise that I also recommend you try is called the ice cream maker. It looks like this. Make sure to keep your arms straight at the end, like completely lock it out. This also works your tricep. Yeah, I'm also going to mention this exercise in the near future. But what it also does, it also trains your core and also your lats, so it's a pretty good exercise to do after. And another exercise that I didn't plan to mention is this. It's pretty hard actually to do it without a resistance band, so this one was also really, really helpful. Now, if you bend your arms in the front lever like this, let me show you a quick and easy fix. The first thing you need to do is that you need to change your grip. The most common grip for the front lever is like this, like you generally hold it. But if you have the problem with bending your arms, you need to hold it more like this. You know why? Because over here is really hard to pinpoint the problem, but over here it is way, way easier because you are just going to focus on extending the tricep. The next thing we are going to talk about is that, strengthening your tricep. But to make sure that the tricep is your weakness, switch your grip a bit over to something like this and make sure to like tuck your elbow in so it faces forward, not to the side. So something like this. And always remember to extend the elbow. This can be the only thing you need to fix, but if it doesn't help, you need to combine it with the next tip. And that is that you need to do some tricep extensions with your hands like this and a bit wider grip. So something like this. To really strengthen the tricep. And I don't recommend doing the classic tricep push down technique, but a technique more like this. So you keep your lats engaged and you simulate the front lever even more. Now, if your front lever looks like this, like a banana, it is not because of weak abs. Like 99% of people, and I also saw someone teach this on a YouTube video. Like, dude had a 4-second planche and he was teaching like, oh, how do you go from this to this? And he said like, oh, it's weak abs. And I was like, you don't know shit. It's all about your back. Look, when the angle is like this and you want to get it to here, you are extending your abs and contracting your back. Literally, you are doing this type of movement. Like this. What does that look like? Like the reverse deadlift that we talked about. So how do you make this stronger? By doing the reverse deadlift and spamming it every single day even more. So just spam the shit out of the reverse deadlift and do some holds, some front lever holds with the diamond. Perfect textbook technique, and this should help you. And if you found this video useful and you like no BS, actionable, you can also say like science-based calisthenics and streetlifting content, make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel because my YouTube channel is just all about that, about maximizing strength and muscle in calisthenics. And if you have some struggles with calisthenics or streetlifting, make sure to check out my YouTube channel because in there you will definitely find the video that you've been searching for. And if you want to see my daily life, what I eat, how I train, so you know that I'm not bullshitting you with the things that I teach, you should check out my Instagram, link in the description. Take care, bro. You got this.